Hello, all you beautiful enlightened people. Welcome back to another full moon video. This time, let's talk about the buck moon of July that we always have. The buck moon was firstly connoted by the Native Americans because it is the time of the year where buck, or deer, is actually breeding. So the sensitivity and the empathy, the communal energy of the species, and the sense that they are really fast thinkers, very strategic thinkers. They need to move to wide, vast areas to look around, gaze, and perceive threats to protect their own. Incredible climbers. All these traits are very much within this season of July to August, but it's like that transition of like Cancer to Leo, that sense of we all need a tribe, a small tribe, that, you know, the handful of friends you need to count on. So that's the vibe of the full moon that you're going to feel. Later on this video, I have a very special announcement for you. Actually, two special announcements. One about my course and one about a little workshop that I'm hosting in Hyde Park. So stay tuned because I'm going to inform you later on. So what to say about this full moon in Capricorn? Because that's the sign we're dealing with here. This moon began last year in December when you had the new moon of Capricorn. You might have had a few... It's that usual moon where you do all those New Year's resolutions, you know. You start getting pumped after Christmas or before Christmas, depends where it falls, and then you get all, man, this is going to be my year. This is the year where I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to get fit, or I'm going to really go for the job I want, or I really want to improve my love life, or I really want to improve my personal life and the relationship with myself, or I really want to go on adventures, or take that trip I've been dreaming about. So this period of like 6 to 7 months, it's actually 6, but because the new moon in Capricorn in December happens really, really late. But or even in January. But the seed of whatever you're feeling right now starts in that time right there. So all the energy that you're feeling right now for all the things that you want to do, and kind of seeing that your plans are coming to fruition and all your planning and your strategies actually worked, started back then. So next year, you know that when you feel those urges in the beginning of that new moon in Capricorn in late December or early January, you know that things will come to fruition later on. It actually happened to me. I'm now thinking about, I'm launching a new course of astrology, and I'm thinking, yeah, this all sprouted back in December, January this year. This particular moon that we are feeling now is incredible. The new moon was a bit hard. I don't know about you, but I wasn't so good. So the new moon in Cancer happened on Saturday, the 6th of July. And it was a very empty birth chart, you know, like it was weird. Like I was even looking at it as an astrologer and I was like, what the hell? I don't see many aspects. Like I can count by fingers on my hand how many aspects we have there. And something very special happens with that. You don't get that feeling of many things are happening. Like things don't move forward. That sense of Mercury retrograde, you know, that everybody talks about. But in here, it's actually worse because it's bigger. It's like the whole solar system is not so much related to each other. So things are not bonding. Bridges are not being created. So you want to move on, take care of all those bureaucratic things you have to deal with until the end of the year. And then it's like, damn it, I can't move forward. What the hell? So this is how we felt back in July 6th. Worry not, because then it all lifted up. We might have felt a lot of overwhelm when it comes to our emotions as well. And this moon now on the 21st of July is the moment where you understand why you felt the way you did. Because now you're achieving those goals. But 2 weeks ago, you couldn't. You had to let go of things inside of you. You had to let go of all of those emotions to finally make space for what you have right now. So what about my announcement? I am hosting on the 20th of July here in Hyde Park, a workshop limited to only 8 to 9 people to do the following. First, read the birth chart of this full moon to come, this buck moon, this full moon of Capricorn, aligned with your goals, your ambitions, your fears, because that's what Capricorn's all about. But on the second phase of that workshop, I shall read your personal birth chart with the transit of this moon. So I will tell you how this moon is particularly affecting you right now on a little circle, a little witch circle, come on, all of you. You can check the link in the description below on the Eventbrite and come and meet me in Hyde Park on July the 20th. So when it comes to aspects, like particular aspects of this full moon, we have a lot of fluency going on in here, but nothing particular. One thing really interesting is the fact that Neptune is sextiling Mars, which means that dreams are becoming material. We are finally feeling that we have what it takes to make our dreams come true. And if you envision, you manifest it like that, or more than that, you feel capable to making things happen, to really taking action into your own hands and making your plans like come alive so that you really create the reality that you're envisioning in your mind. Because Neptune is all about your imagination. You first envision in the mind. Only then you go to Mars, you take action. And then after the action, you keep on shaping your piece on a Venus kind of way to give it the details of what was inside your imagination. Another really interesting thing is that Mars itself is quintiling Venus. So you do feel very capable in your body. It's that sense of, man, I was the one designed to do this. It could not have been anyone. This was made for me. It came from me. I could only be the person that is doing this thing, that is really accomplishing this goal, or really entertaining these people, or really moving forward with this project. It's funny because this is how I've been feeling now. Today's the 10th of July while I'm recording this video, and this is how I've been feeling in regards to doing all those calls with the new students and promoting the new course on a new platform. And man, it's damn, can't even imagine how I'm going to feel when the 20th of July comes. So another thing is the fact that Jupiter itself is again quintiling Neptune. This is massive. So everything in life, in truth, is about faith. I'm a firm believer in that. My moon is in Pisces, so of course I think that everything is commanded by faith. But I do feel it. I do really feel it in my being. I really feel it in my gut. I mean, I went on an empty, crazy trip around the world, like Portugal, Spain, Greece, Turkey, India, not knowing what I would face, but my faith commanded me in that sense. I was like, there is always greater on the other side of some difficulty, and that's how I always chose to see it inside of me. And the truth is, nothing was ever out. So there is this saying that I love and is so adequate for this particular aspect, that is, if you believe it can happen, you're halfway there. And it's exactly what this full moon is promoting you. For all of us, we really will see the power of faith. We really will see the power of belief, because when you believe something is possible, when you believe you can do it, you tend to, all those crazy emotions of fear, of desperation, of anguish, of doubt, right? Kind of the opposite of faith here. All those feelings of doubt dissipate. And when you don't have those concerns of fear, of doubt, of whatever, you look into your problem, you look into your situation, and because you believe in it, you think strategically, you think critically, and you see that, man, I just have to decompose this in little chapters, and then it's possible. I just take step 1, step 2, step 3. I believe it, it's going to happen. And you're putting this energy out into the world instead of the energy of doubt and fear that you might have had before. But again, the sky is perfect, and sometimes these things only show up, these fluent aspects only show up because it's the right time for you to do this. If you're someone with a very strong Neptune, or a very strong Jupiter, or a very strong Venus, or a very strong Mars, you're going to feel them really well. The opposite is also true. If you have really challenging Venuses and Mars, or Neptune, or Pluto, Jupiter in your birth chart, you will see that with this moon, you will find a lot of ease for things that normally for you are quite difficult. There are 2 things we can't ignore on this moon in terms of planet positioning. So I spoke about the aspects. I would like to speak a little bit about three things that are happening. First, Mars is very close to Uranus. Very, very close. So the sense of feeling electrical in your body, feeling powerful, is like that fever of summer, it's like, woo, let's go, summer is here, let's do stuff. music festivals, let's go dine out, let's go for a cocktail. So that sense of electricity runs through your veins and you feel super empowered in your body. This might be the moment you decide to take charge of your fitness life and you really go for some crazy radical urine-like activity, but you really enjoy it because kind of, you've been wanting to do it for a very long time probably, but you felt you were a bit weird and awkward in doing so. And this is the moment you feel, yeah, who cares? I can only be me. There's only this option, so here I go. Another thing is the approximation of Saturn to Neptune. So this is bringing a lot of ease to the Saturn-like qualities of limitation, rules, impossibilities. So Neptune is here kind of dissolving all that aura of overloading realism, you know? The hyper-realistic Saturn that says, oh, but you can't do that because you don't have the right credentials. Oh, but you're not old enough. Oh, but you're not skinny enough. Oh, but you're not pretty enough. All those things, you know, that impose on us. Oh, you don't have enough money to do that. You don't have enough time. And what about your wife? And what about your kids? All those things suddenly are not there so much. They're still there, but it's like you're focused like, no, I choose to gaze the sun and I choose to look away from these things. And this is really, really, really empowering for all these other aspects of faith and luck and ease that we're talking about. This is a moon of new beginnings. This is a moon of taking action and really feeling that the right people and the right opportunities are put in front of you. Are you going to take them? Because it will be sweet if you do. Another thing that is happening here is the fact that Moon is conjunct Pluto, and this would be like the hardest thing we deal with in here on this moon. But at the same time, it's quite easy because this Pluto's got a lot of fluid aspects. Like a lot. There's no difficult aspects on Pluto. So we're going to feel very capable and very empowered on going deep on our emotions and seeing what was underlying that. What I mean is, whatever you felt since July the 6th, the 5th, with that new moon in Cancer, you know, all that depth, all that confusion, all that anguish, all that desperation that you were kind of fighting to let go, really just, oh my God, if I start being sad, I will be sad forever. You know, that period was a bit like that, at least for me. Like, where's the end of this? Am I ever going to stop crying? But the truth is, if you let that go in that time, or even if you choose to let it go now when I publish this video, until the 21st of July, you have a beautiful opportunity to see that when this full moon comes, you will see that you've been shedding to make space to whatever you are to become next. Wherever, whatever, and whoever you are to become next. So when the conjunction of Moon and Pluto come, you will feel like, man, this really is all aligned. I just really need to follow my guidance and go. Because despite feeling scared or guilty or ashamed or frightened about whatever it is that I'm being called upon to do, the truth is, I found ease in going with this fear. I found ease in being brave enough to take that step. And then life unfolds. Thank you so much for watching this video, my loves. It is a pleasure to be in sunny Hyde Park guiding you through this message. And it will be a greater pleasure to guide you through this full moon on the 20th of July, Saturday morning, here in Hyde Park with you. It would be my greatest joy to be with you, giving you the intended guidance that your guides want you to speak. As you know, I'm not just an astrologer, I'm also a medium. So if you're around London, if you like Hyde Park, if you're close to us, check out the link in the description below for the Eventbrite and come and join me for a beautiful ceremony, for a beautiful full moon circle with me. As always, I will see you on the next one. And until then, stay light and stay golden.